Hey everybody, and welcome to Front Porch Comedy. I'm your host, Scott Castellanos. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. If you guys aren't familiar with this is my show that I put together, just kind of work out some material, just another way to get it out there. I've done some of those Zoom open mics. This is my own little personal open mic where no one gives me the light, and I can just go as long as I want, if I want. So this is just my way to keep creative. I hope you guys are staying creative as well. Keep pushing some content out there. I use the hashtag #Can'tStopComedy because I like to believe that we can't, especially while we're stuck here in this quarantine. So without further ado, here's our show for tonight. All right, guys, here's time for the shout outs. Now, this is where I give a shout out to a local business and a local comedian. First, for the businesses, remember, none of them, or actually the comedians, are asking me for this shout out. This is just something that I like to do because I like to support local businesses and local comedy scene. These are just places that I like, reminding you to frequent them if you can, if they're still open. And when they come back, go out there and start, using their services, go see their comedy again. So without, just to jump right into it, our first business is here in Park Ridge. It's a local company a local business. It's a restaurant and bar called Holts. They're at Uptown Park Ridge. I love them. Me and my wife love them. We go there all the time with the kids. My favorite is a Southwest salad and a sloppy Joe. I know my wife has had a whole bunch of different things on the menu. I think most recently she had like a salmon BLT. They also have some great pizzas that the kids love. They're like smaller pizzas. I think they're like wood fire, wood burning oven kind of pizzas. Excellent. Check them out, everybody. Holt's in Uptown Park Ridge, right by the metro station. And then now, my local comedian that I want to give a shout out to is someone I've, actually known ever since I started doing comedy. He was at the Whip when I started doing there. But I've seen him perform at other places. He also has let me just give you his name first. The comedian that I'm giving my shout out to tonight is Andrew Burcastro. Andrew Burcastro is a hilarious local comedian. Like I said, I met him at the Whip. He was one of the guys that was at that place doing a lot of the mics when I was there. I know he did some shows and showcases while he was there. Also, I've seen him perform other places. He is also part of the Chicago's Finest stand-up group. That's a production company that hosts monthly show in Glenview. Once everything gets up and running again, they have awesome shows, always get some phenomenal lineups. And for me, Andrew is hilarious. He's got a great delivery, very kind of dry, but he has the best Abraham Lincoln joke in the business, I believe. So Andrew Burcastro, everyone, check him out. All right, guys, it's joke time. Time to bring some funny. So without further ado, here's your comedian, Scott Castellanos. Hey, everybody, how you doing tonight? I am Scott Castellanos. Hope you guys are having a wonderful quarantine out there. One thing I've always known, but probably a little bit more now because I'm just stuck with my mind all the time and just at home, is I'm a pervert. Yep, I'm a pervert. There's no two ways around it. Probably not a surprise to a lot of you guys. But I'm not one of those perverts that pretends like he's normal and then, behind the scenes need you to punch him in the face to get off or anything like that. I'm one of those perverts that knows he's a pervert, and I'll just ask you to punch me in the face to make me get off. Whatever. But one of the reasons that I know I'm a pervert is going to sound weird, guys, but it's because I have kids. Shut up. Hold your horses. And it's because, when you have kids, for a long period in your life, you're stuck watching kids' movies. I'm talking those Disney family movies. I'm talking, like Freaky Friday or something like that. And I should have known the mind was not going to some good places when the first time I was watching the newer one with my kids, I was sitting there and I was thinking, who would I rather do? The old one from like the 70s / early 80s or this one? And I'm thinking, Scott, you idiot, of course this one. You got Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan kind of in her prime. So hands down, case closed. That's a no-brainer, right? But my mind shouldn't be going there is what I'm thinking. Like I said, we're watching all these movies and we have these kids. A couple other kind of movies that we watch are things like animal movies. And we're talking things like, you know, like where an animal does something like a dog wins a big game, or, you know, an animal is the hero of the story of some sort, or, you know, we're also watching a lot of animated movies, cartoons, you know, if you will. So for this example that I'm going to give you, where my mind just kind of, one thing led to another, and then I'm in this crazy world, was we're watching a Smurf movie. Now, we're not talking the first Smurf movie. We're talking like the 8th sequel, because you got to see them all, right? And so there we are. And then, if you're not familiar with the Smurfs, they're these little blue guys, right? They live in a forest, but there's all male Smurfs. There's only one female Smurf. Her name is Smurfette. So forever, no Smurfs, no female Smurfs except for the one, right? But in this episode, or this sequel, they find a village with girl Smurfs. It's all girl Smurfs, no boy Smurfs. But there's only a couple Smurfs that find it. So they're there and they're having a blast. And at one point in time, one of the Smurfs, a hefty Smurf or whatever, is getting a massage at their little girl Smurf spa, right? And I'm thinking, here we go, guys, here we go. I'm like, I wonder if she's gonna get a Smurfy ending, right? Smurfy ending? Yeah, right. Well, I shouldn't be thinking that way, especially with my family sitting right there in front of me. But anyways, that's where my mind goes. But then that went a little bit further, and I'm sitting there while this movie's playing and my family's sitting right there eating their popcorn. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, with my twisted mind, what do Smurfs do? I mean, you gotta have a release somehow, right? What do they do? I have no idea. You know, is it like prison rules? And hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Ain't no girls, you gotta do what you gotta do. Prison rules, you know what I'm talking about. Don't drop the soap. Is that what we're doing? Is Smurfette the richest cam girl in history because she's the only game in town? I don't know. Maybe she's a big whore. I have no idea. Or maybe there's some sort of a magical Smurf porn that you know, Papa Smurf put together or something. You know, maybe they go on their little computers, go on Bloogle, and you know, pull up their information and poof. And what kind of genres do they have? What categories of porn are out there for the Smurfs? You know, is there SILF porn? Smurf I'd like to fuck. BBC, big blue cock. I don't know, right? You know, maybe they're into some freaky stuff. Maybe they like a little blue cocky. All over the place. Yeah. Maybe they're just into some just basic old Smurf on Smurf action. I don't know, people. But then I started thinking to myself, Scott, don't be so hard on yourself. It's not that big of a deal that you're fantasizing about Smurf porn. It could be worse. You could be doing it with the animal movies. Oh my God, man, my search history would be horrible in that case. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. And what kind of movies would they even have for these animal things that, oh my God, you know, what is it like, you know, Air Bud and the Golden Shower Retrievers, you know, Benji and the Bang Bus, I don't know, Free Willy and, I guess just Free Willy's fine, right? Just go with that. Nope, I'll stick with my Smurf porn, where the worst thing we can get out of that is 2 Smurfs in 1 cup, right? That's my time, everyone. Have a Smurfy day, and hope you all get some Smurfy endings. All right, guys, thank you very much. Love doing this. Is one of my favorite times of my day when I come out and record these. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. I think I put them around here somewhere. I'll post it everywhere. Thank you guys very much. Again, have a wonderful, wonderful day.